Just one little place in your body.
I would say my heart.
Me too. Like your heart, yeah. Just take a minute in feeling your heart just for a minute. And just feel that connection with your heart. Yeah, that's it. And some tears there because your heart is with a lot of integrity and is something deep inside.
Again, the breath starts to, and also it.
So the breath start getting tight.
Breath gets tight and my heart feels kind of choked and like it hurts a little bit.
And like it hurts a little bit. So just notice the outside of the heart of your heart, just the edges, the peripheral, the outside. Don't go into the heart, into the pain, but the outside of the pain. Yeah, I mean some tears, but the outside of the pain, like just feel that the chest, the opening. Notice that a minute. Yeah, that's it. Take a minute with your body here. Yeah. And notice the connection to the chair, the way how your hands are holding, and the way how I am holding your ankles and supporting your body a minute. And notice a little bit that, yeah, what happened there. Take a minute.
It almost feels like it's wrapped up and restricted, like my heart is held down.
Held down. Yeah, held down. Is that how you felt in the surgery a little bit, like when you woke up from, is that what you mentioned before?
Well, when I came out of the surgery, I just came out like in this immense pain, just like all of a sudden I'm awake in this excruciating pain, just like I was just thrust. Just awoke with this just extraordinary pain. I mean, I came out.
Yeah, notice your breath there that is going a little deeper. Yeah, your body wants to release some. And what happened?
Well, there was a concern for my family and friends. I was very concerned about how they were feeling about having to wait so long.
You were concerned about your family, that they have to wait so long?
And how they were feeling.
My goodness. Instead of worrying about you, that you were in the surgery and having surgery right there. Oh.
And well, it's a pattern in my life. It's my feelings most of the time are secondary to how anybody else is feeling.
Wow.
I didn't want them to be.
And then you were in pain. You were in a lot of pain, no? But the doctor came and he told you that you were, that the surgery was a success.
Yeah, and then they allowed a friend to come in. My daughter insisted on coming in. I mean, she came in. She just burst in there, and so she was there. I don't remember my mom being there, but.
And when you remember that your daughter was there, and you just came out, and the doctor said that it was successful, but you weren't feeling good. But your daughter was there supporting you, loving you. What happened in your body when you remember that you were okay, you survived? do you notice in your body when you feel your daughter right there, that she's supporting you and being there with you, and just remember the feeling, her love, yeah.
It was her love, and also it was a comfort to know that she was okay.
Mm-hmm. And what happened in your eyes right there, and the tears come when you said, and it was a comfort that she was okay. When you were the one who was in the bed, and you were the one who had the surgery, honey. But then again, you were worried about that if people are okay, you instead of being worried about yourself.
Well, I have a great fear of my daughter dying. So seeing her there made me feel good that she was safe, that she was okay. So it was a comfort to me to have her there and see that she was okay.
Yeah, good. And then after the surgeries, when all your symptoms they start happening, that you start feeling very disconnected from everybody, from the world, and numbness came into your body, and you felt like something was wrong, no? Like it was different in your life. And we did the first session, we did a little bit, some sensations in the body, and you felt, did you notice a little bit more connected after we did the session? Did you notice, like coming back to your body a little bit more and reconnecting in some areas?
Emotionally, yeah.
Emotionally?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, every feeling level had come up a bit emotionally.
Okay, emotionally good. So now it's still a little bit in the body, that it feels to me that it's still, the nerve system is still a little bit overwhelmed by a threat, which is, surgery for the body is just a threat. It's like, I've been cut, I've been moved, I've been anesthetic, I've been putting under to sleep without my will, and all these little areas that the body responds to. So we'll work with that, we'll do a little work with that, it's really important, and it's manifesting in that, the shocking, the anxiety that you had the other day. And as we notice a little bit your body and the connection to the chair and the way how you're holding your hands, I want you to notice that I'm holding your ankles just to support your body, and you felt that and notice if it's a good place, a place that you can go, that it feels comfortable. It might be one arm, one finger, one toe, one leg. I want you to take a little time and tell me which place feels okay and comfortable in your body.
It's a place, really deep inside of my body. It's
Wonderful.
It's not my arms, my legs, but it's
your heart. Something
real deep in my, I'd say my soul.
My soul. Interesting. My soul feels calm and easy and warm. Mm-hmm. If we can put the sensation to it, will be like
warm.
a warmth.
Warm. And also very, very, very still.
I'm very still.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and everything gets still, and I feel my soul when I'm very still, and my soul is resting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I keep going back to in 1982, my second wife and she was pregnant, and we had a baby named. I was able to stop drinking for that period.
Mm.
And I would pray and ask God to let her live.
Mm. Mm.
And I would bargain, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That I would change, and
Mm-hmm.
and then I would ask him to let her live and to take me. It was a lot of bargaining, but the thing that bothered me the most was that I couldn't respond to her on an emotional level.
Yeah.
And if there were nurses around, I felt like they could see that I couldn't respond to her emotionally.
Emotionally, right.
Touching her or trying to. I could be there, I could come up there, I could spend time with her, and I could pray and I could look at her, but there was just a part of me that
it wasn't there. It was a part of you that it wasn't there, it wasn't connected.
wasn't connected,
Yeah.
and I just felt very inadequate as a human being because I couldn't make that connection. I could act as if
it was there.
I could do the actions.
Yeah, do the acting, yeah.
And then when they when we found out that she died, it was a relief. To return to the drinking again.
Yeah.
I remember the only thing that it was like, okay, you can start drinking again. And I did.
Because gout really is a heavy load. Weights a lot of pounds. And they pull us down. That is how we beat ourselves up through gout, no?
It's a guilt for my inability to
for your inability to
it's like I'm a prisoner, and I can only achieve so much on an emotional level.
Yeah.
And I know this about myself, and I have a lot of guilt about that, but it's like I can't tell you why I can't feel, because I don't know.
Exactly. And again, okay, so this is important for you to know why. So let's go back there, and again, when when the baby was, when your wife was in the hospital, even that you didn't feel anything, and she was pregnant, and the baby was rolling around her stomach, that was your baby, and that was a shock. So a lot of time when we go into shock and the baby die, no? So what trauma does, shock trauma, is to disconnect us. So in a way that you went back to drink, it was like, okay, I can disconnect even a little more and I can be conscious about it. But it still is that shock, trauma, because it was your baby. Even that you couldn't feel and make the emotional connection because you were in shock. So what happened with shock, we dissociate, we disconnect from our body, and we feel like everything is so far away from us. And people, we feel isolated. So even that you were using drugs or alcohol, it was maybe amplifying your disconnection and your dissociation. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times that disconnection and dissociation create guilt because you feel like, how come I wasn't really there emotionally? But the shock was so tremendous, the trauma shock, that we can reach out. And then we have the shame, which trauma always comes with shame. So that's what shock trauma does to us, to the body, that it disconnects us, and we are not there, and part in us want, and then that turns into guilt, and then we start beating ourselves up, and then you felt guilty, for Heather when she was in the hospital and she wasn't completely okay. And she had to stay in the hospital for a long time.
Who? Lauren?
Heather? Your
No,
daughter?
the first one that died.
No.
Oh,
The
Heather
second
with
daughter.
me? No, she came and then they couldn't stay that long, so they left. But she was up there for a couple hours and wouldn't leave until she saw me. And she's a very strong-willed girl, extremely.
Okay.
So once she got to see me, then she was able to leave.
Okay. But it seems like then always when you said, I don't feel that with my other sons, but I feel this with Heather, that
That's
worry about her.
Yeah. I feel I've had a lot of fear for her life and
Yeah.
for her safety.